Sense of purpose, a guide to figuring out stuff in life. Life is full of aha moments, is what we have learned from Greek scholars, your mentors, and sometimes even your teachers. Well, I think it's bullshit. You might get a business idea or the first line of your book while singing in the shower, but that kind of doesn't mean you're set for life, right? It's more like a few seconds of motivation to get out of the shower and finish all those videos that you have put into your watch later library, or all those podcasts on Spotify that you have just downloaded but haven't got to listening to. The point that I'm trying to segue into is that life is not a set of aha moments. Rather, it's the realization of what you want to do with those moments. It's the process, the journey that you decide to embark on when you finally realize your calling. Hell, for some of us, we don't even know what our calling is, and therefore we just live life one day at a time. While some philosophers and writers kind of compliment this style of life, I feel it's impossible to live in today's generation of intense social media and metaverse, right? You're always trying to figure out how to be part of the next big thing. In all of this, I personally came to realize that I haven't figured out my purpose yet as well. I work in social consulting, run a podcast, help my dad out when I can. All of this gives me a set of satisfaction when it comes to being involved, but I don't feel like I am part of a greater purpose, right? In the Harvard commencement speech of 2017, Mark Zuckerberg spoke about how we millennials are the greatest and most contributing generation of our time. We all are trying to find purpose, and not just by doing something for ourselves but actually contributing to our communities. This made me think about my purpose. It made me brainstorm about what is that one thing that I could do tirelessly without thinking much about the cash or job satisfaction. That's something that I did that gave me a sense of belonging and made me committed to the cause in a way. Well, this is a broader topic in general, and it would take 3 episodes to cover. But today what I'm going to do is talk about an article that one of my favorite authors, Mark Manson, wrote. And basically what he talks about is the steps that you could follow in order to find your sense of purpose. You could call it like a life audit or a task that you could take on in order to understand what gives you immense pleasure and what is that one thing you want to commit your entire life to. It goes like this. So point number 1 is making a list of everything you care about in life. Be as abstract as possible. Start with owning a dog to running a dog shelter, having your favorite football team win a championship to you summiting Mount Everest. This may take you a while, but be exhaustive and make up your mind to sort of throw everything that you can on that paper. Then you got to divide all these values and things that you care about into 6 broad categories, and you can take these examples that I have to give you. Number 1, career. Go to Harvard and secure a job may be an example. Relationships. Marry the love of your life at 46. Yeah, maybe that's a little old, but you get the point. Whatever works for you. Self-improvement and development. Reading 2 books a year to maybe reading 2 books a week. Artistic expression. Rap, sing, dance, act, whatever you want to do. Entertainment. Travel every state in India or visit every monastery in the world. And lastly, important causes. Supporting something like breast cancer, immigrants, equal rights. It can be whatever that drives you. What you need to do lastly is try and narrow down to 5 values or things that came out from your exhaustive list and that you really cared about. If you ask me, right, when I did this was the toughest part of the process for me, honestly. When you're deciding, these are a few things you can keep in mind. First, ask why you care so much about that value. So for example, one of the values that I could add in my list was giving free fitness training sessions to an orphanage or the boys at the local slums. I care about this so much because I understand what fitness has done for me. Basically, the things that it could do for these little boys could change their life completely and maybe bring them from those gullies out to the real world, and they can then create a real impact. Secondly, go to the core of the values on each point of the list. You want a job at Apple? Maybe you don't want this job because you like sitting in front of a computer writing code for hours, or because you want to find a better way of launching the same phones with one minor improvement again and again. Maybe it's because you like money. Well, then it's not actually the money, but the freedom you get to live life the way you want by spending that money. So basically, this is very subjective, but you just need to dig into it deeper, and my examples may or may not be relevant, but you get what I'm saying. All in all, this podcast in a way is a short contribution of mine to help me and then help you find clarity on a few things in life. I love spreading work that assists me in understanding this thing that's called life better, and maybe assist you as well. Till then, keep smiling and messing up stuff, because honestly I feel that's the only way life works, and I'll see you all at the future podcast.